What is happening, guys? Welcome back. So now that the Caddy project is finished and is going off to its new owners in a few days, we're going to turn our attentions back on to getting a bit on with the Mk1. So I can't really remember what happened in the last video on the Mk1, but what couple of bits I've done, I've gone through and got a pile of all the parts that I'm going to go and get re-powder coated that are sorted and are going off next week to be powder coated. We've got a big old box of stuff that needs replating, which, does anyone know anyone that can do that? Ideally, I just want to drop that box off as it is, not have to worry about any of it. There's a couple of people that I've been told to use, but they want it all sending to them prepped and whatever. Never had anything done. That might be the way it is. If anyone's got any recommendations for me to send that to, hit me up in the comments, because I could do with knowing. And then the engine, obviously being here all in bits, that is also going off at some point, possibly next week, to be inspected, sorted out, and make sure that everything is as it is or needs to be. Get it honed, get it bored, whatever it needs to be done is going to be done to it. And we're going to be using Richard at Ward's Engineering in Rugby that we used on the T5 head back at the start of the channel. So that'll be coming up in a few future videos. But in this one, we are most of the way sorted with the metalwork now on this, I think. The majority of the welding is now done. I think the last one we showed you, we're putting the spare wheel tub in. We've still got, obviously, the main issue we've got to sort out is repairing or replacing this roof, which I think I've formed a bit of an idea in my head how I'm going to do now, but we're going to leave that for a little bit. What I'm going to do in this one is sort out this rot on this back corner and along this edge here. Now, easiest thing to do would be get a new panel, replace the whole panel, side to side, cut that piece out and place it. They don't make it anymore and I can't get hold of one anywhere. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the bits to rebuild this corner and try and build this up in sections. Now, I've already started, so I've made this piece here with a roll on it, which is this internal piece here, so we're going to come down a little bit into here and weld that in. But looking on the other side, what we need to now replicate is this sort of roll on here. Now, I've had one go at it already, which is this piece here, but I just couldn't get that roll to be the right size. I've only got this folder and I just couldn't get it right. So I welded that one on, offered it up over on Friday and was like, yeah, it'll do, I'll come in Monday, we'll weld it on. And then got in this morning and was like, no. But I made another one, which is a lot smaller and actually fits. It's still not A1 bang on, but it fits the profile of that a hell of a lot better, and I'm hoping we'll be able to blend this side in a bit better. So I need to cut this now to the right size, weld it on, tack it onto this piece, offer that all back into the car, check I'm happy with it, and then we'll start cutting bits out of the car and hopefully welding some new metal in. And welcome back a couple of days later. So yeah, life got in the way. I had a load of other stuff to go and do. We're back in now. As you can see by the footage I've just played, I've cut a little bit more out. So this was the first area. We've got a bit of rot here that we've cut out, and we've got a bit more here that we've cut out. I've made a piece to go in there that will then dress and tidy up. I've got a piece to go in there, and obviously we've got this piece here as well. So I'm just going to make a start, get these tacked in, get them welded in. I've painted the inside of all here, painted the backs of these. I've fully welded this piece up and it's looking good, like one piece. So let's get these welded into the car, and that's another little bit ticked off my list. There we go, that is that. Repaired. So we've got a bit in here, we've replaced this, and we've replaced all of this as well. Now, comparing it to that side, overall, I think that isn't too bad of a repair. So, down in here as well, obviously it's going to need a bit of filler, but with anything on here it will do. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that, and I think it looks pretty good. As you can see here, we've had to weld this back on, and we've welded in here as well, which is I removed this whole piece here, which holds the captive nuts for, or the captive plate with the threads in for the boot lock, because the bolt snapped. So I was supposed to take that out to get in behind, so I couldn't do the threads that were left in there, take them out, cleaned it up, and then re-weld it back in. So that's that bit done. But that is that opening sorted out, which is something that I wasn't looking forward to. I do have to admit, I really wasn't looking forward to that. Something that's just turned up, show you on. If you want to support the channel in any way at all, we've got the web shop, which has got merch on. And these are a new hoodie design that we've just had done, which I really like, and they're really cool. So they're on the website now. I'll put a link in the description, dacind.com. Go and check them out, cop some stuff, help me keep the channel going and get this Mark 1 finished. So that's pretty much this episode sorted. Not sure what we're going to be doing on the next one. Like I said earlier, we're going to be taking some bits over to get powder coated in the engine and whatever. So whatever I can film, I'll film, and I'll show you and report back on what is going on. So hopefully you've learned something from that, guys. I've enjoyed it, and we've got another bit ticked off. Until next time, enjoy.